Hello everyone, welcome back to the Swikes Extra Time channel. Hope everyone is good, hope everyone is fine, as usual. So I'm about to give you a little article that came out today by Talk Sports, by a Manchester United baller, which things haven't gone so well for him, but that's just how the English league goes. Managers with name come in the English league and flap. Big baller come in the English league and flap. And remember, I remember I told you in a couple of my videos that transfer, not all of them go to plan as usual. You know what I mean? Sometimes you buy five baller, sometimes three workout, four workout, two workout. You know what I mean? You hardly get a team that buy like three baller, four baller, and the whole three, four of them hit the ground running. No. It's never like that in the English league. And as I say, managers come, it show them up, ballers come, it show them up. So we're about to get into a little article by a Manchester about a Manchester United player, you know what I mean? The biggest club in the world. Yes, the biggest club in the world, Manchester United. They also play today in the EFL Cup. There's a lot of games played today in the Champions League, but I'm just giving you a rundown about my club at the moment, you know what I mean? Manchester United. We still have to give you a little Manchester United news here and there. Come on, my peeps, you know what I mean? Even though we are shit, you can't tell me shit, period. So, moving right along, my peeps. So, before we get into it, my peeps, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Bing-a-ling! So, my peeps, as I'm saying, right, there's an article came out by Talk Sports today, about one of our players who things haven't gone so well for him so far. And, as a Manchester United fan, I always want to see my players them do good. You know what I mean? Even if me never rate you when you do our next club and you come on my club, I want to see you do good. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? Every fans is like that. You know what I mean? If them used to call you a bug when you used to play for one team, when you come up for them team, you're the biggest baller in the world. Right, my peeps? Right, my peeps. So my peeps, as I say, we're about to get into a little article today. Talk Sports came out with this article today about Antony, Mr. Gig, spinny. So, things haven't gone so well for him after this 86 million pound move, you know what I mean? And that's the next thing to my peeps. Him have nothing to do with the transfer. Ten Hag have nothing to do with the transfer. It's all have to do with the Glazers. They are the one that overspent, you know what I mean? Ten Hag was telling them to get this baller like 2 months. 2 months ago, the season when I'm buying the first season, Ten Hag been asking for Antony for 2 months, and I'm waiting till the season started, and then I asked all us to ransom, you know what I mean? I said, stick up, hold this, give us 86 million and take him. I will give them it. And that's it, you know what I mean? So my peeps, as I say, there's an article came out today about Antony, and I would like to fill you guys in about it. So it says, Antony thought he was a baller in every division, but Premier League showed him his level. What's his level? Antony may have lit up the Eredivisie with Ajax, but the Brazilian has been found out since moving to Manchester United. That's the view of Dutch football expert Marcel van der Gran, who has been a keen observer of the winger since his arrival at Old Trafford in 2022. Antony has been a shambles since joining Manchester United 2 years ago, according to Van der Kran. The 24-year-old arrived at the club with huge promise after United paid Ajax a whopping $86 million for his service. It appeared to be money well spent when Antony scored on his debut in a 3-1 victory over Arsenal, and it got even better for the star, who went on to net in the United's next 2 league games. Antony registered 8 goals and 3 assists in 44 games during his maiden season at Old Trafford, but a mixture of off-field issues and poor form saw the winger net just 3 times last term. He has since come under a barrage of criticism for a succession of below-par display and is yet to impose himself on Ten Hag's starting 11 this season. With just 1 minute of action to his name from United's opening 4 league fixtures, Antony is in line for a starting place in Tuesday's Carabao Cup tie at home to Barnsley, which he started today, and he won a penalty and also take the penalty and score it, you know what I mean? It did okay. As I said, it was Barnsley, and you only can play what's in front of you, you know what I mean? I remember last season in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, we played Coventry, and we were leading 3-0 up, well cruising, and Coventry came back 3-all, you know what I mean? So Manchester United always I give these little teams a lot of respect. I don't know why, you know what I mean? And when City buck them or Arsenal buck them, is 6-7 off the top, So I hope my team can get back to that ruthlessness and that high school in them vein, and just kill off like a team. This is how you're supposed to deal with like a team, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the article continue by saying that Ten Hag will hope that Antony can still be a success at Old Trafford, but Tuesday clash was not the type of fixture he was signed for. Van der Kraan believes the United boss will be praying Antony can turn around his fortunes with the responsibility of the transfer weighing heavily on his shoulder. Erik ten Hag is praying it will still happen because on his advice, so much money was spent on this player, Van der Kraan told talkSPORT. It's the usual trap the Dutch coaches fall for when they go to England. They've seen players in the Netherlands that have done all right. Antony came from Brazil, joined Ajax, and in Brazil, he was a big talent. He comes to the Eredivisie, which is not on the same level. He thought he was a real baller in the Eredivisie. Yes, you are against the likes of Utrecht and go ahead Eagles. You only played 3 or 4 big games in the season, and yes, he did light up the stadium a few times in the big games, but it's not a consistent period. Then he came to England and thought, oh, hang on, I'm facing real tough opponents, he continued. In the past, he would scrap a bit as well. He was one of those Brazil street kids who would do that. He's found out that when he meets some boys from London or Manchester or Liverpool who grew up on the streets there, they are just as tough as him. If Antony's level of playing has gone down to the Carabao Cup against Barnsley, then that is not the sort of line you want to take in your career when you move for such a big money. Ten Hag will want things to work out better for Netherlands international Joshua Zirkzee, who also netted on his debut in the opening day clash at Fulham. The striker has failed to add to his tally since, but has shown snips of quality during the first week of his United career. He's been at 5 or 6 clubs in early stages of his career. If you're a really big talent, you'll stay with one, said Van der Kraan. He's got flair, he's got height. And watching him as a 15-year-old in the Feyenoord Academy, I always thought you've got something. With the experience Eric has had with Antony and some of the other boys, you think should he have been more careful with buying players from the Eredivisie, knowing how tough the others have had it? I really do hope that Zirkzee will make that difference for him, he added. If Zirkzee does not get the goals and the brilliant performance, then it's going to be a really difficult season for Erik ten Hag. Now, my peeps, Zirkzee is another one, right? Zirkzee was this big talent from out of Italy and Syria, right? Player of the season for Bologna. Had a wonderful season for Thiago Motta Bologna, right? But this is the English league, my peeps. It will swallow you up. It will show you up. No care who you be, you have to come and you have to hit the ground running. The pace of the English league is immense. It's immense. You know what I mean? Ballers who don't have a name will show you up. This is how the English league goes, my peeps. You know what I mean? I've seen it evolve. I'm watching the English league from around 98, 99. You know what I mean? And now we're in 2024. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, I remember at one point, you couldn't watch West Ham versus Fulham. Those matches are just boring. Right now, you want to watch every single game in the English league. That's how intense it is right now, my peeps. So when you come at England, you have to come with the mindset to hit the ground running. You know what I mean? If you never watch it and I watch the league, so I'm sorry for you, you know what I mean? But it's going to show you up. It's going to embarrass you. Managers come and go through it. Players come and go through it, you know what I mean? But as for Antony, my peeps, I know there's a baller there. And I hope Antony can finally show us the real Antony. Will the real Antony finally stand up? You know what I mean, my peeps? That's all I'm just hoping for, you know? You know when a baller play for your next club, and you say, I bug that man. Oh, I'm not rate him. But when him come at your team, he's the biggest baller in the world. You know, I've seen it with even my blood brothers who carry Chelsea. You know, a baller was bug, but once him come at Chelsea, he was the biggest thing. And now Chelsea's gonna let him know how to play ball. Chelsea are gonna make him win this. Chelsea are gonna make him win that. You know what I mean? But I saw the fans them stay. I saw we as fans stay, you know? We always a bash a baller, but once him come to our club, we're going to say, we'll show you how to use him, you know what I mean? But it hasn't gone down well with Antony. And as I say, my piece, I hope it can finally go well with him this season, you know what I mean? Him starting the EFL Cup today, won a penalty, and stepped up and take the penalty, you know? Rashford score also, you know what I mean? So that's 2 from 2 for Rashford, you know. Garnacho had a double, you know, could have had a hat trick, but hey, so I say go, you know what I mean? But yeah, my peeps, as me I say, Antony, it's just a little quick thing I'm giving you on Antony. I hope Antony can finally hit the ground running, because the first game in play and him debut when he play against Arsenal, I see like a glimpse in that, but the minute him start twist and turn on the ball, all hell broke loose. You know the English media that come down upon you. You know what I mean? Because you're not English also. You know? You see, if you did a step up the pace and a play of good football, you could have do all of these things. You know, the English media would have laud you, you know? But you're not playing shit, my friend, you know? So you cannot go on them antics there. Worse you play for a club like Manchester United. You know what I mean? You're gonna be under scrutiny. You're going to be on a scrutiny, my friend, just as though you are right now, you know? You know, see Casemiro, how him play what he, and everybody want, the whole media don't pan him. I bet if him did play for your next club, like say Fulham, or him play for Crystal Palace, you wouldn't hear that. But you are playing for Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. You know what I mean? So, yeah, my peeps, as I say, that's the little rundown I want to give you on Antony. I hope my peeps are out there, everyone safe and fine, you know? We'll see each other again soon. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Bing! Take care, my peeps. One love.